Welcome back to HealthWise. With us is Dr. Kerry030612b, a renowned surgeon in Opelousas.
I know about renowned.
Yeah, oh, of course. But you were talking about the rabbit cook-off in Washington. Tell us a little bit about it. Tell us what what it entails and what some of the activities they're going to do during the day.
Well, as we were saying before, we've been doing it for 9 years now to fund a scholarship program. But the event has grown so big that we saw an opportunity to incorporate some additional fundraising. So after Sheriff Guitros won office, one of the first things he wanted to implement was a program that would take at-risk children and expose them to the camp life, hunting, fishing. Came out with the slogan, kids who hunt and fish don't steal and deal. And I was very impressed with his vision and wanted to do something special to help ensure that that kind of program would have adequate funding, because this is not the kind of program you can go to a cash-strapped parish like St. Andrew Parish and say, oh, by the way, we want another $30,000 or $40,000 to do this program. It's a lot easier to raise that kind of money within the community and then be at liberty to use them as you see fit. And so with that in mind, we offered to make the cook-off beneficiary the Cops and Kids program. And since we've done that, it's been well received. And it's the major fundraising event for the Sheriff's program. And over the last several years, we've been able to accumulate a significant amount of money in a very short period of time for him to be able to rapidly implement his vision. And to date, they've had hundreds of children go through this program. It's just a model program that I think gives children the opportunity to experience our tradition of hunter-gatherer society. It gets them away from the video games and the TV and the Facebook and the internet, and gets them out into the real world where life and death happen on a daily basis, and gives them an appreciation for what it takes to come together as a team to organize these events, and then to go out and hunt, and then to come back, share their experiences. To me, just the ability for a child to get out in nature for a few hours of uninterrupted time was the kind of thing that even Theodore Roosevelt thought was so important for America back in the 1900s. So it's over 100 years ago that this idea that the wilderness and the outdoors will help restore the soul, that rings true even now in the 21st century, where we become even more distracted by things that really don't mean anything, like video games, or, the internet.
Right.
And those things are good for the purposes that we use them for, communication, sharing knowledge, and things like that. But when it becomes the main focus of a child, then they miss out on so much. And as they grow up, they become so acclimated to that kind of life that they can't fend for themselves. And that's not what America's about. America's about being self-sufficient, being able to provide, and then our ancestors, when they showed up here, they didn't have no grocery stores, so they had to make do with what they had and survive. And so his program sort of introduces these children to the beginnings of that. And hopefully then they can nurture a longing for the outdoors and hunting and fishing.
Now, are these kids? Do you know by any chance how they're selected, or is it any kids?
Well, actually, to find out, you can call the sheriff's office, and they have someone that can answer questions related to that.
Okay.
And they have a regular schedule for camping with chaperones, and it's a wonderful program. And so we're very proud of our affiliation as a benevolent society to help the sheriff realize his vision and to make this a significant program. The other sheriffs have looked at it And it is open to children in surrounding parishes. So it's a model for what a public servant can do beyond the scope of what's expected of them. Law enforcement is one thing, but to reach out within the community and be proactive about intervening with children, because drug dealers are after them too. That's their customer base. Yeah. So if they get a teenager smoking crack, then that's an annuity for them. And the only person that suffers in that is the child. The drug dealer gets his money up front.
Right, right.
And so it's a tragedy that I've seen unfold since I've been here 20 years. The kind of drug infiltration we have now is like nothing we've seen before. And the best defense against that is to make the children aware that there's more to life than just that.
Right, yeah, because I know I ran a juvenile center for a number of years, almost 10 years here in Opelousas, and one of the things I was amazed at was that these kids most of them that were troubled teens, they got in trouble because they didn't know about outdoor life. I took some to something as simple as the zoo, and they were like in awe because they just don't do that.
And they have no role models.
Right.
Because they're in a single parent home and the mother may be working or she may be tied up, and no one is there to guide them. And so this is the kind of program that everybody can get behind. And so by using the platform of a cook-off, we're able to bring people together to put them in a situation where they can help us raise money. Great. And that's what we're going to be doing Saturday, March 10th.
Okay. Well, Doc, we're going to talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, the where, the how, and the wow.
That's right.
Always got to factor in the wow.
Always the wow. Yeah. Well, we'll come back after this brief message from our sponsors.